Good evening, everyone. In order to stop drinking and to stay off the booze, stay sober for life, if need be, you have to have a change of mindset. What I mean by that is you have to change your way of thinking about alcohol completely. And your life has to change as well, because you've got to fill in the time you used to drink with something else, a bit more healthy and a happy sort of hobby, really, not a miserable one like drinking. So what I mean by change of mindset, instead of thinking, oh, that drink is going to do me some good, everyone's doing it, I've got to go along with the rest of the guys or girls, it's very social, it's not that at all. It actually drains you everything you've got. It's poison. The fear of missing out is a big reason. The boredom factor. You have to just change your mindset completely and think, well, all right, that drink might give me a bit of a buzz for an hour or two, but after that, it's all nonsense. You're wasting money, you're wasting your life away, and you're wasting your time. Because until you get the change of mindset, you'll never quit. You'll never quit. Because you keep going back to it, thinking you're missing out. You're missing out on zero. That's what you're missing out on, nothing at all. Because it's ruining your life. Because alcohol takes everything from you, and sobriety gives everything back to you and more. So when you feel like, oh, I feel a bit down, a drink will perk me up. It might for a few minutes, but after that there's deep regret, and there's a feeling of remorse in a way. I wish I hadn't done that, and it's taking me back to square one. I don't feel well. I've got withdrawals again now, and it starts this vicious cycle up again. So forget about this. People associate it with success, don't they? See people in pubs and things. Oh, they're doing all right and having a good time and all that. Who knows if they're having a good time or not? You don't know what's going on in their lives. You've got your own life to lead. So in order to do this change of mindset, you have to really have a huge incentive to stop. There's got to be a reason. You have to do it yourself. That if you've got medical issues, then you've got to get some help from the doctor with withdrawals and that sort of thing. But generally people can stop. It's just staying off it's the most important thing. Stopping drinking is just the start of a very long road ahead. Okay, I'll make it sound terrible. It's not. It's great when you get sober. Life's good. But it's not just the stopping, it's the staying off. That's why I've got this title, Get Sober, Stay Sober. Far more important to stay sober. So you have to replace what you were doing with the drink with something better, something different. Something where you can relax more. Because I found I could never relax without a drink, you see. It was a drink that took me to, just have a bit of a lie down. I'll sit and relax, watch the football, watch the TV, and you sort of chill out, don't you? You've got to learn to chill out without that. Because not chilling out at all, it's killing you actually. It's chill versus kill, isn't it, at the end of the day? And I've said many times, a problem drinker like myself, there's no middle ground with this. There's no social drinking for me or many others. It's either you stop or you drink yourself into an early grave. Very few alcoholics make it into the 70s and 80s because everything slows down. Physiologically, they're broken and they get disabled, have accidents, have high blood pressure, they have lots of medical issues associated with alcohol. And you can't live a very good life. Most of the people I speak to are between 40 and 60. When you're younger, your body can bounce back a bit. But when you get to 40s, 50s, then your body starts to deteriorate quite rapidly in some cases, especially if you're drinking. Or you're drinking and smoking, you're not exercising. You know what it's like? There's so many people that are ill at the moment. That's why the NHS is bursting at the seams, because there are so many ill people because of different reasons. But a lot of it's linked to alcohol, and that's what I'm talking about here. So let's talk about being healthy instead of that saying, oh, we're going to miss out on Saturday morning drink with the boys, as it were. Because you're not missing out on anything. And it shouldn't be associated with success. It shouldn't be glamorized, but it is. It brings in massive government receipts. It's something which is available everywhere. It's very easy to get into, isn't it? I was talking to a young guy the other day. He was told, the same as I was when I was younger, keep away from drugs, keep away from this, and don't touch spirits in the pub, don't drink wine, just drink lagers and beers. But 8 cans of Stella, which you probably think is quite a reasonable drink on a Friday night, that's equivalent to half a litre of vodka. It's a hell of a lot of poison, a hell of a lot of ethanol, isn't it? 8 cans of mid-strength lager of Stella, isn't it? It's not high strength, mid-strength. It's half a litre of vodka. Now, if you said to most people, oh, I'm going to have 8 cans of Stella each night for three days. That's a bottle and a half of whiskey, bottle and a half of spirit, a bottle and a half of vodka. They think you were crazy. But I used to have 8 cans of Stella, as a lot of my colleagues did as well, and then go to the pub. So double that. You've had a bottle of vodka, haven't you? In real terms. If you do that comparison, it'll frighten you. It did me when I did it the other day. And I thought, my God, how much have I been thrown down my neck over the years? Bottles and bottles and bottles of spirits, the equivalent of, all beaten lager, beer, Guinness form. It's done me no good at all. So you will have times when you come off the booze and you think, it's a nice sunny day, or it's Christmas time, or it's a birthday. There's always some occasion, some excuse. There's always a pub open, a bar open somewhere. Oh, I fancy going there, it looks so inviting. But again, that's the fantasy versus reality, you see. You think you can go in there and have 1 or 2, but you can't. You'll have 10 or 12. I would have 10 or 12 or more, and I'd be back to square one. Even after 8 years, 8 years of blissfully peaceful life. I had freedom, I was able to go where I wanted to do, I had more money, I was fit, healthy, and then wrecked it all by thinking, I'll just see if I can control one. Do you see what it's like? Why bother? We can't just have one, can we? We're not the sort of drinkers who'll have, my partner has 1 glass of wine every couple of weeks, and that's it, or 2 glasses of wine. That's just stops, leaves half the bottle of it out, leaves half a glass. I could never do that if I was drinking. I'd be draining the pint glass, even though I knew it was empty. Wait until, last orders to get 2-3 pints in. What's all that about? Killing myself. That's what I was doing. That's what you're doing as well if you keep doing it. So forget about this. Oh, it's glamorous. It's not glamorous. Successful people don't do it, actually. And President Trump, I don't know what you think about him, but he's never drunk in his life because his brother had a problem. People at the top of most organisations don't drink because it's too hindering. You can't function. You're not productive. If you are productive, even 1 or 2 drinks every 2 or 3 days will slow you down. You want to build a good life for yourself, your family. And the medical side of it, you do not want to be in a care home at 55, 60, in a hospital or on a mobile, one of these mobile scooters, If you look at any Wetherspoons in particular, where maybe it's a bit busier than normal, but a lot of cheap beer around, lots of these mobility scooters and maybe not so doing so well areas, Middlesbrough. There's a couple of pubs in the northeast where there's 3 or 4 mobility scooters outside all the time. I was speaking to a chap yesterday in the Wetherspoons in Newcastle. It was quite a good one, actually. It's near the university. He said there's another one in another part of Newcastle where the beer is 99 pence a pint. No wonder there's alcohol issues. 99 pence a pint. It's crazy, isn't it? I'm not saying it's the best beer in the world or it's super strong, but £1 a pint, that's going back to when I was about 17, I think, compared to what I used to pay in London. So it's so easy to get drawn back into the pub. Every time you think about a drink, think about how you're going to feel, how bad you're going to feel, how much regret you've got, and how many bad decisions will follow on from that. Because the one drink will lead to 2, 3, 4, 5 and more drinks, which will lead to maybe sickness at work, absence at work, not feeling too good, rows with the family, obviously domestic issues in that, and then you've got the extra, well, at the moment especially, with recession, having no cash. You can't save any money when you're drinking. You waste it. You buy people drinks you don't even know because you're in this crowd of people. And every drink you have lowers your inhibition, so you don't care anymore, do you? You don't get your teeth checked, you don't get your hair cut, you don't look after yourself. Self-care goes out the window. You probably don't go to the doctors when you should do because you think, oh, the alcohol's more important. I've got to get some drink down me, otherwise I feel too ill. All these knock-on effects. So change your mindset. If you've got any issues with that, then get in touch with me. I'll help you get through this because it's so difficult for people because I've been there, you see. I found it extremely difficult to stop. I only stopped in the end when I was told by a senior doctor, if you drink again, you'll be dead in 6 months. I'm not a stupid man, but I did it because I was addicted to it. I couldn't change my mindset. Nobody told me to change my mindset. The advice I got was, slow down with the drink, taper off, go to the AA. That was no good to me. I needed somebody to look me in the eyes and say, you're going to die if you drink again. And then when that happens, you do sit up and take notice. And that's the message for today. Change your mindset, look after yourself, get in touch if you need any help, and I'll speak to you all soon.